Ever heard of K-pop or those amazing Samsung phones? Bet you have. But guess what? South Korea is so much more than that. It's a story, a really, really old story. We're talking thousands of years old. Seriously, thousands. It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it. So, are you ready? Let's dive into this incredible history. Our journey starts way back, like super, super far back in time. Think myths and legends. Imagine a founder named Dangun Wanggeum. Legend says his grandfather was the Lord of Heaven. And there's a story about a bear that turned into a woman after eating garlic and mugwort. Wild, right? This was the time of Joseon, Korea's very first kingdom. After Joseon, things got a bit more crowded. The Three Kingdoms period arrived: Goryeo, Baekje and Silla. Eventually, Silla unified much of the Korean peninsula. The Goryeo dynasty, it was pretty awesome. They were incredibly skilled artisans. They created beautiful Celadon pottery and books. They loved books. Goryeo scholars painstakingly carved the Tripitaka Koreana onto wooden blocks. They even invented metal movable type for printing. After Goryeo, a new chapter began with the Joseon dynasty. And this dynasty, it lasted over 500 years. The kingdom was ruled by a line of kings. Confucianism was the big idea shaping society. The Joseon kings did some seriously cool things too. Ever heard of King Sejong the Great? Total historical rock star. He is most famous for one incredible achievement. He oversaw the creation of Hangul, the Korean alphabet. Before Hangul, Koreans used complicated Chinese characters. Hangul was designed to be easy. Genius, right? So everyone could learn to read and write. But as always, time marches on. Other countries started to get very interested in Korea. Powerful neighbors like China and Japan exerted influence. So Joseon tried to adapt, to modernize. It declared itself the Korean Empire in 1897. The Korean Empire, it sounds pretty grand and important, doesn't it? But here's the thing, it didn't last very long. Japan, its nearby neighbor, was growing much stronger. Japan had big ambitions for expansion in Asia, and Korea was right there, a key part of its plans. The international situation grew incredibly tense. Then came the year 1910. Japan formally annexed Korea. For the next 35 years, Korea was under Japanese colonial rule. It was a tough time. Koreans lost many of their freedoms. Their language and culture were suppressed. They were forced to take Japanese names, but the Korean spirit, it never gave up. There was resistance. Brave people fought for their identity. World War II finally ended in 1945. Liberation. Korea was free from Japanese rule. But wait, this hard-won freedom came with a massive catch. The country was divided, split right in two, the North and the South. The Soviet Union influenced the North. The United States influenced the South. Cold War politics had arrived on the Korean peninsula, and then just a few years later, disaster struck. In June 1950, the Korean War began. The North Korean army invaded South Korea. Korea remains divided to this day. After the Korean War, South Korea was in ruins. Cities like Seoul were flattened, homes were destroyed, people were struggling just to survive, millions were displaced. But here's something amazing about Koreans: they are resilient. They rolled up their sleeves and got to work. And then something truly incredible happened. People started calling it the miracle on the Han River. South Korea's economy didn't just recover, it boomed. It grew at a super fast pace. From being one of the poorest countries in the world, it transformed into an economic powerhouse. This transformation was rapid and dramatic. You probably know some of the companies that emerged from this period. Samsung, LG, Hyundai, those giant global corporations. They grew out of this era of intense development. It was a combination of things: incredible hard work from the people, smart planning and investment by the government, a focus on education. They built massive ships. They made cars that people drove worldwide. They created cutting-edge electronics. They exported everything. They became global players. South Korea also went through a journey towards democracy. Today, South Korea is a vibrant democracy. So, what's South Korea like today? Here we are in 2025. It's an amazing blend of old and new. You can see ancient palaces, hundreds of years old, standing proudly next to gleaming, futuristic skyscrapers. Tradition meets cutting-edge technology. You can get super high-speed internet pretty much everywhere, even on the subway. It's a dynamic place. It's always moving, always changing, always innovating. The culture is absolutely booming. And it's not just K-pop and K-dramas, though those are awesome. Korean fashion is influential. Korean food is a global sensation. Korean movies win international awards. It's a creative explosion. And they're still pushing boundaries in technology and industry. Think robotics, artificial intelligence, green energy solutions. South Korea is constantly looking to the future. This whole journey through time, from ancient myths to modern marvels, it shows something really important. It highlights the incredible Korean spirit. A spirit of resilience, a spirit of passion, a spirit of creativity. Go explore.